next time, bro.
Alright, I'm live.
Alright, no. What do you mean you're live? Go to commentary booth, bro. No. I told you to do these beforehand, bro.
I'm going. Okay. Let me know how the mic volume is, if I need to turn it up, if I need to turn it down, if it's good, if it's bad, things of that nature.
Yo, is it fine if I commentate?
Yeah.
I think, damn it, it's a lot better when there's two people talking. Just keep in mind, I can't chat, so I'll just going off what I see.
Yeah, can you change the... Oh, wait.
Let's see, wait, want me to change?
Is there any way to change, like, can you change the name of this channel to, like...
Oh, I think I have to go back and start stage.
Okay. Okay.
I had to notify everyone, so I tried to cancel last second. Hope it didn't do that.
Or hopefully it did. Maybe we can have a lot of viewers or something. I don't know.
Might have notified everyone. That's fine. It's hype.
Honestly, I think it's better if we just do two commentators. If that's cool.
It's looking like they're practice. I don't know if it's practice one yet.
No, it's not practice one, but we might as well just jump right into it, and I'll go in with the intro here.
Right.
We'll do practice one next round. Okay, let's see. So, we've got a round
practice.
two.
Oh, you go.
We've got a round two match here between what is one of the best players in the world and one of the best mobile players in the world, if not the best, since Shane has left the mobile scene. So it should be an interesting match, especially considering John did agree to skipless on this map. So we've got something to look forward to here. Interesting little route.
He was playing skip earlier, but it seems he is locked in on the skipless. His route seems just fine. Now NHL has AFK. This is practice one?
Yeah, this is practice one.
Not sure. Interesting decision by NHL, the AFK on a practice.
I think
so early.
He just died. I don't know. He failed the starting jump like twice. But,
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
We have an unimpressive practice one, not much from either player. We'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
what goes on in practice.
Do you... Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just verifying who's going to be keeping score.
He does have the spreadsheet, which is not something I can readily edit. At least not easily.
Yeah.
And it has a tradition of keeping track of the scores on its own rounds.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on. Oh, it looks
Yes,
like
it looks like John was
that.
doing that.
Let's move practice 2 to next round.
Both players get a redo.
I mean, it looks like he's playing it out. I don't really know what's going on here.
It looks like NXL is completely frozen solid. Stage frights.
Feeling a little nervous, possibly. Really not sure why he's standing still.
Perhaps he doesn't know what round it is.
But jumps right into action.
Oh, here he goes.
And he does struggle a bit with that starting jump. It is a precise jump. I'm sure it's more difficult on mobile, but he really is going to have to get a grasp on that if he wants to have any chance of beating Nugglei here on this map. Considering Nugglei,
It's not looking good for him on this map so far, but we'll see what happens on round 1. Will he be able to keep up with John on this precision platform?
Yep. Heading into round 1 here. And NHL with a pretty wide line there are going to lose a little bit of time. And NHL with a different line.
Skip list.
Yeah, I don't.
I think we banned that. We'll have to discuss that later. As in maybe a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
That could be a DQ. Off the rip. That might be the fastest DQ in the history of the tournament.
Yeah. I'm not gonna... Unless John, wants to, I guess, but... That's not on the main route.
Of course, John could agree to a pseudo skipless ship if he prefers that line, but it's not looking likely. It's looking like he's going to take the.
Okay, John seems to not care actually, so I think it's fine. We'll let NHL do this weird route as he makes a mistake here. We'll see if John can finish his first run.
Oh, looks like Annie's down for the count with his weird route.
That weird route does save a ton of time, as we saw. I mean, he made a mistake before and immediately caught up. So.
I believe John tested it out when he discovered it and was able to get 21.4 or even lower.
I'm sure it could go lower than that because world record's already 0.5. But a 21.8 from John is going to put him 1 run closer to a good average here. As NHL's got that 22-1 round 3 here.
And NHL's just struggling. Even with his route, he can't keep up with John.
Seems to only be a little bit behind, but yeah, I mean, we just see these lines he's taking are very wide, just bonking into a couple things. And, you know, like I said before, I mean, this map is notoriously difficult on mobile, so I'm not surprised to be seeing this kind of performance here.
Yeah. And it seems John's confidence is paying off. He's more than capable of beating NHL with a route disadvantage.
Round 4 here.
Perhaps that's why he didn't speak up in this one.
NHL taking another death.
Is that free?
I don't remember, honestly. But it's not looking too hot. John on another really clean run here, and yep, he's just going to bang it.
John's already gotten out a killer average.
Indeed.
And NHL seems to be left behind in dust for this ship. But a notoriously difficult map for mobile. One of the killers.
Yep. And
Especially the
I think a
shouldn't
lot of
skip those
people
routes.
are thinking this, and it's quite interesting. I just don't understand why NHL chose to ban skips on this map in particular. When I don't think he had a chance of winning this map in the first place. He probably should have used that on Realm or something like that, where the skip saves like 10 seconds. But nonetheless, NHL going to save a lot of time with this route on this run. A considerable lead, and he's going to make a
And it's
mistake.
gone.
One mistake,
Possible
and his
DQ from
lead
there.
dwindles down to nothing, and he's going to finish at 23-9. John will take that map handedly.
And John got a 0.6 on the last round, too,
Yeah.
keeping it average strong. And I expect NHL to do better on the upcoming map, Tropical Islands. But of course, John has consistently been able to touch 0.5 every time he's gotten islands in a tournament match. And that's a lot to go up against for a mobile player, or anyone really.
I don't know what happened there. I think NHL had to rejoin, but
I think mobile players have to rejoin to change the avatar.
yeah. But coming into practice 1 here, and for those of you in the audience, and who don't know, there is a bet live on whether or not John will get a 46,500 average, which means 3 runs at 46.5, or won't he? So, there's a lot on the line
The
here.
bet specifies 5.25, but due to the way frames work, that's basically. I'm actually not sure why it specifies that decimal. It could just be 0.33 and it would have to be very simple. Or 0.00. But nonetheless, John will have to get 0.5 touches 3 times out of 5 in order for that bet to go through.
I think now it's a little bit more within reason, mainly because the EGT is all the way down to a second frame now. So, and even arguably a first frame. So it's like, I do think it's possible, but he's gonna need to be consistent here going into practice 2. I mean, John didn't practice this map at all before the match, and he's only done it once out of 3 times. So I guess we'll have to see what happens. And regarding NHL's play, I'm really not sure what to expect here. It's a very long map, lots of time to bleed over the course of the map. So,
I'm just speculating here that NHL will probably hover around the 0.6 to the 0.7 range.
yeah, I would figure like 0.7 or so. But who knows? We could see something quicker.
I have a feeling the bet's going to be close to, even with a low EDT, 0.5 is still a tough world record. That the people who can get it consistently have put in hours of work to get that way. And small mistakes like that can eat up. You only get 5 shots and 3 of them have the hit. If you're walking off like that, it can very easily go the wrong way.
Yeah, it's one of those long maps that can almost feel tormenting to a certain extent, where it's just a grueling 46.5 seconds, where you just have to maintain perfect lines to even scrape the world record. So if I'm John here, I'm still nervous because it's so long. There's so many places to make mistakes, especially on that big long spiral. NHL could pull out a map win here and secure himself a 1-to-1 match here.
I have a feeling that John has a good chance of keeping up the pressure and landing a good average here. But anything can happen with this spiral like that.
Yep, he seems to be shaking his
You do not
avatar
want to see
around.
that around.
Not very happy, and
Oh.
heading into round 1 off of a death like that. Not the most confidence building thing. nonetheless, I still
Pressure's
expect
on now.
to see him, finishing some good runs, and if not, he could always safety out something like a 0.6. So, for John, a 0.6 is safety. So on to round 1, and
Yeah. Does look like NHL has a bit more lag than John too.
yep.
So any touch.
And John
Oh,
taking a tumble. We'll see if NHL can capitalize.
it looks like John's head isn't necessarily in the game right now. Those practice fails did have an effect, it seems.
Yep. And John needs to start finishing these runs here.
NHL has a free shot here. Let's see if he can hit a good enough spiral for a 0.6 or 0.7.
Yeah, looks solid. Looks to be on pace. A couple of odd steams here and there that might lose some horizontal speed, but
That line
nonetheless,
could have been a bit tighter.
still
The
looks solid
final
enough.
hard jump is, I'd say, the ending here. Just,
Oh,
I
he did have a bit of start lag, so
think
I
the ending was a bit late.
will assume probably a 0.8. Probably.
Yeah, I don't think he gets 0.2 of lag out of that.
John's probably not
This
that
map does
worried
have a
here,
lot of
but
lag. But yeah, the one fail, all that means that it's unlikely that the people who bet on him getting 0.5 times are going to, because it's going to be tougher on that now. But I still say he has a really good odds of beating NHL at the bare minimum.
yeah, for sure. But it is a good sign for NHL and all the NHL fans, maybe the people who voted for NHL on the bet, for him to somehow pull off a miracle. I mean, we saw John falter against Evelyn. Could we see that here on another long, basic map? One of these old school maps is where John typically tends to slow down a little bit.
At the same time, it's often those maps where John's at his strongest. It's just hard to predict.
I don't know if I would
Looks like
agree
John's
with
off
that.
to a very strong start here. Heading into the spiral.
NHL with a couple of weird little, mistakes there, but gets it
John was
done.
cutting the air on every jump in that spiral. This could be a 0.6 or 0.5.
Oh, and NHL does not make that
Oh.
second to last jump, and John gonna finish at 46.6.
That
Not-
could 3 times to a 0.5, I'm not sure. Not good for NHL. Beaten by point around the ID John's first minute. You don't want gaps like when you even with ping disadvantage. You have to get back.
Oh yeah, for
Round
sure.
3, I think.
Look to be.
Start pretty much the same for both players. The only time where John really starts to build up so is at the spiral here. We'll see if that happens again.
And John, honestly, it looks to be he's doing just a lot less steams, way less steams, and the thing about steaming on that spiral is it's going to cause less straight lines. It's very difficult to maintain full horizontal speed.
NHL just falls so far behind after the spiral. John closed out at 0.7.
And now
Looks
NHL,
like anyone who bet on 3.5s is not getting their whiz.
he
but
can't
NHL
fail
is
any more of these
not looking.
runs. No more mistakes are allowed for NHL here. He needs to clutch up and get a good average at least. I mean, he will be counting that 0.8, but who knows? Maybe some of these runs could be, not amazing from John.
Oh, looks like he might be counting a DNF now.
Yeah. And that is going to be over in terms of this
Oh,
round.
John falls 2. It's a double fall for this round.
NHL just looking off into this tropical scenery, taking in
Yeah,
what just
this is round
happened.
4, right? And John's
What the?
fallen twice. Huh? What?
He just teleported
So
to
I
the
was
end of the
looking at
map.
John. The map. I believe that would be a
Definitely
DQ.
DQ.
If that was round 4 and John's already fallen twice, I wouldn't be so quick to give up for NHL here because he's already counting a DNF. But if John counts a DNF too, then it's still a toss-up possibly.
No, he won't.
Nah.
He'll be counting, if anything, that 118 would be the worst possible. And that's way faster than a DNF. So it is really over here for NHL, but I mean, maybe he can claim just a solid run, get that mentality back.
I was unaware of them. This is more of an opportunity for John to claim a good average, get his confidence up after those 2 fails.
And this is
Looks like he's playing it safe here to possibly try and guarantee. Not that super safe, but looks like he wants to guarantee a good finish run for round 5.
I would assume that he's probably trying to get another 0.5 touch in the books. It looks like he's done just that with a 46.6 IGT. Now heading into Winter Cove, practice 1.
This map, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I highly doubt NX is going to go for the skip at all. But I highly doubt John's going to be able to hit a good skip either. It's possible if he goes for like 3 or 2 rounds in a row. But this is one of the less consistent skips in the game, with several M9s back to back. That being said, I don't know if NXL is going to get 0.6s. I'm expecting a 0.600 here from John. I don't know what NXL, how good he is at this map right now.
He's a pretty good player. I'd put him, I don't know exactly what ranking, but he's definitely competitive with John in the skipless category on this map, so that is what John will be doing for his first 3 runs, at the very least, if there's no mistakes. And I get a practice 2.
Really up to NXL skip with Proust here. Can he get a 0.600 and force John to play for a skip? Or face it, or worry about a draw? Or will John be able to outpace him?
I don't know that NHL has this middle part of the map completely on lock. Seems to be, even on both runs, just bonking some random things, and with that, he's not taking the time that practice gives you to really hone in your skills. And these are the final moments that are before the most crucial parts, the rounds. So, we'll see how that decision pays off for NHL into round 1 here.
I like to note that John got a 0.6 during that practice, was a very good sign for him.
Oh.
But he does mess up on this round 1. This will cost him that.
NHL gonna be ahead. Let's see if he can get this final steam. Oh, and he's just not gonna get it.
His timing seems to be off, where he's not turning the right man.
But at least
The mobile problem.
a positive thing you can look at from that run is, well, 1, John made a mistake, which is, 1 less run that he'll be able to go for skip. And 2, NHL was on pace there. He was at least 0.1 to 0.2 ahead of John indicating that that was probably a 0.7 to 0.6 touch. So, not the end of the world. You know, NHL does have a good chance on this. Oh no,
But NHL's
it's gonna be.
NHL's getting flung all over the place on some parts.
It's gonna be a DQ for NHL. Did flick over that rock.
John's not getting the 0.6s he was hoping for either. I don't know if he's going to go full skip with down because of one, NHL is being slower than expected, and two, the fact that he's not getting the 0.6s he wants. I'm anticipating that skip is out the window now. He's probably just going to play all 5 rounds skip with try and get those 0.6s he wants. Meanwhile, NHL fails to jump into the cave. John is running away with another potential 0.6 here. Gets 0.7. Looks like NHL is trying to skip, but the avatar is not right for it. I highly doubt he'll be able to hit it like that.
Yep. Now heading into round 4. Looks like John is going to chuck a couple attempts at this skip here. Doesn't even have to hit it completely perfectly.
Rather than go for 0.6, it looks like he wants to steal NHL's 2. With a time commitment going back.
And NHL.
Oh, but he's already off to a
Oh no.
questionable attempt. You know, NHL is on a probably the best run yet, I'd say. I missed a bit of it. This could.
This looks like good pace.
All comes down to.
A decent steam.
That's the point.
Decent time.
That's what John was getting. If John cannot capitalize on the. Oh, but NHL is already counting a 18.1, which is not great.
Is he?
Looks like it. He DQ'd on round 2 and the DNF'd on round 3, according to the sheet. Which is not. Well, not
Are you
not
looking
me
at the
going into-
sheet?
Yeah, John's updating it.
Okay.
Don't know.
John on the run. Can he hit it? No! He falls down the
No.
tree, still has a second chance, and it is going to
NHL
falter.
seems to have started flicking. Call that a D.
Yeah.
Looks like NHL just gave up on that round 5, just didn't go his way.
Now, going on to what I think is probably the most one-sided map of this whole match, and that's going to be the round between. Wait, yeah, this is round 5.
Looks like,
Or-
yeah, it looks like I'm
I thought,
even on skip this.
yeah, okay,
Even on
never
skip,
mind.
NXL had bad chances on Realm, but with NHL allowing the skip done on this map, it's like fish in a barrel for John, who is former record holder on this map, has been practicing and hitting the skip right before this. It's very bad for NHL.
Yeah, I mean, considering the skip saves like over 10 seconds, there's really just no chance. I really don't understand the thought process of not banning the skip, but nonetheless, at least NHL will be able to look towards the fact that John is, and for some reason, a very skinny avatar. I don't know why he always does this, but it is what he has chosen. Not the meta on this map. Skinny avatar is going to be notoriously harder to control, and it climbs slower.
And something interesting about, he said 10 seconds of time save, but the thing is, if you die at like the point where you have to climb the slope, the most likely point to fail and die. If you die there, you lose more than 10 seconds off rip because it's decently into the level.
I think that's
So
assumed.
he's still not dying.
I think that's assumed. And even if you like really take your time and completely aim it and slow it down and make sure that you land on the invisible slope, you're still saving at least 5 to 6 seconds. So It's a
The
huge
Wilcon
margin for error. Huge margin. I do think John can probably finish out 3 of these. Going into practice 2. We'll see how he looks. Seems to not be changing his width. Probably doesn't even know that he's supposed to. Whoa!
And NHL with the viable avatar.
NHL gonna be
the correct width.
Nope, not the correct width. But he does have the avatar on, which is a good sign.
I don't like the run animation. I don't think it's great for this kind of slope.
Does that affect slope climbing?
Yes. The walk and the run both affect how fast you go up a slope. And I don't know whether it's walk, I know his run's wrong.
This looks to
He has
be
the right idea.
This looks to be NHL's first time ever learning this skip.
It appears that he does not know you can walk up it.
Or maybe you can't on mobile. I mean, it's never been done.
It's possible.
Oh.
I believe. Keep in mind that if you try to just walk up it and you're not on the right or the left of it, you'll go very slowly too. This appears to be his first foray into the skip. He's probably seen a video, but he doesn't seem to know the details of what he's actually supposed to do. Now, it is known that mobile can do M9s, but not necessarily easily. And he doesn't seem to know where the invis is he's trying to get over. His angle, a bit too far to the right, I'd say. And his timing, questionable. I highly doubt this is going to go in his favor. I think the run animation is what's messing him up here. It changes the M9 timing and makes things stop working.
I mean, I still think it's probably more than doable. It's just difficult on mobile to platform.
And I'd say his angle's too left almost. Oh, no. I'm not. This isn't gonna be good.
And you can go that far left.
Can.
Yeah, I do sometimes on accident.
I'd say there's a sweet spot angle that has a higher consistency than the other angles, but it's not particularly relevant.
No, I don't think so, especially not in tournament context. In round 1, I'm just eager to see will NHL actually hit this somehow, some way. Spent 2 minutes practicing, couldn't get it done, and it's gonna really take his time.
Does land on the, does get up. I think so is falling to his death. Looks like John's finishing at a sub 30 here.
It's gonna be a 25-3. Far
More
below
than enough to beat
skipless.
NHL here.
NHL jumping up this is just, you know.
I believe NHL has found a way to lose more than 10 seconds.
You know, that reminds me of when Chris was jumping up the slope and calling it like 1 in a million. Do you remember that?
Yes. Our earlier avatars were not quite as proficient as walking up it. And our methodology and angles were wrong, so the first people to try it were struggling. Now, for a nightmare scenario, R15 and R6 actually cannot walk up it, so they do have to jump, and it's as bad as you think it is. So
NHL made it, at least.
He does hit the skip.
Eventually.
No need to mention the time, but he has performed a skip for mobile on this map.
Okay, now keep in mind, if NHL even hits the skip at all, sub-skipless, it will be world record. So, on mobile at least. Gets caught in some weeds there. Oh, and Nugglei taking a fall.
Just like I predicted, this is the most dangerous part of the map. And of course, John, I'm trying to be careful because he has so much time to save, but sometimes you just miss. Unfortunately, NHL is not playing fast. Oh.
I feel like if NHL knew how to climb, he could actually finish some decent runs, or if he practiced this beforehand. So it's
I feel like
unfortunate.
with some practice, he could be getting 20s, maybe
For
even
sure.
26 or 25.
I think we could be
He's getting
seeing.
fast.
We could see a decent run here from NHL. He just needs to get lucky on that M9 and hit it first try.
And plus, he could find a better strategy for the slope other than jumping up it. I don't know if mobile can do that, but they should be able to.
I don't see why not. Round 3 here. We'll see if John can finish another run. And he almost falters. Can he get on there? And he does manage to finally land. NHL and John seem to be side by side here. NHL gonna be climbing.
John's M9.
And John is faster, but NHL falters slightly. And almost sub-skipless. We're seeing NHL get much, much faster. Round 3 here.
Getting faster every run.
And he's gonna look. I mean, that is now gonna be counting in his average, yes. But you know, if he gets somehow incredibly lucky, and John doesn't finish any more runs, and he finishes a couple more of decent pace, he could be looking at a win here on the round between. Who knows? Or at least a mobile world record achieved live on air. So
I expect John here to realize that he can just outpace NHL on the slope. And also takes a death, and John gets on the slope. This is probably the funeral bells for his winning chances on this map.
and John hitting that top again. Not going to matter too much though. And finish out another 25-6. NHL taking a death. Not what you wanted to see.
NHL's not looking for a win anyway. He's probably looking for sub-skipless. Just be like, hey,
NHL puts on quite the obese avatar here. I'm not sure what route he's going to be going for with that.
It looks like he's setting up for acid round. He may be unaware that it's round 5. Or giving up.
Probably giving up. For those watching or who have just joined, the match score is 4-0 in the favor or in the way of John. So things have definitely not gone NHL's favor this match so far.
John has been struggling to hit the M. Did get an average here, but with 2 deaths, he almost got a DNF or a terrible average. It was cutting it very close. But looks like NHL was not ready to perform that skip in tournament, and he will be taking the loss accordingly for that.
So John not going to be changing the map here.
Now ask around John more than capable of point 3s and point 2.
I don't know what NHL is doing. This is not around.
Perhaps he's expecting a redo for sitting around in the wrong avatar. Maybe he did think it was round 5 earlier and got confused. I do not know. Either way, I guess he's just gonna do this anyway. Looks like my speculation was correct. He was looking for one more, but it's not gonna help.
Either way.
Oh, they're in VC together.
I did not know that.
But it looks like that round 5 did not do him any favors. Going into Acid Realm now, and we saw John playing this earlier. He has a point 2. He can get point 3s. Well, he wasn't getting point 3 when we played earlier, but it's assumed that he could reasonably get point 3. And so we'll have to keep up with it. And I don't know what NSL can do on this map. Then again, Acid Realm, not a map that's punishing the mobile players. Mobile players can get pretty good record. It's not as common as something like Realm or Shipwreck.
In practice
Starting off
1,
practice.
match is all but over. However, the bets are not all but over because we do have a sweet bet going on. So we'll see how NHL can perform.
Looks like NHL's lines are a bit sketchy, not taking it as tight as possible, but this is practice 1 because see him try for tighter. Now, knowing it, he doesn't handle. Oh, I had a feeling he would just jump into the finish and not practice for some reason. If I were NHL here, I'd be practicing playing the full 2 minutes every round. Just make sure everything's up to detail. Or I'd be throwing in the towel, but it's either way. I'm hoping that he'll
I don't think he's super duper concerned over whether he takes this map or not, considering the match is all but lost.
There is the 4-0 currently active that is weighing on him. I'm not really sure how stuff like that affects performance necessarily. I don't know if that will inspire him to lock in on Acid Realm or lose hope on Acid. It could go either way. Because I'm sure he doesn't want to be swept.
Yeah.
But he might not get much of a say in the matter. John is just faster.
I feel like his
And this
biggest
could
chance,
easily be a-
his biggest chance was Winter Cove, and here he's just very far behind. Round 1.
Can't keep up with John on this map. John's getting fairly close to the skipless record.
Yeah, I think his
Not necessarily the point racing.
biggest hope here is to hope that John makes mistakes similar to how he did against Ev.
It is possible for players to miss the end jump and other mistakes like that, but John isn't the kind of player who makes mistakes like that very often. And so I was keeping up with him on what I believe is round 1. Oh, you can't do that. And so tries to jump this is not possible. It doesn't work.
It is possible. If he did the jump that I think you're talking about, it is possible. It's just very precise, very difficult. But like, it's never been done in a run.
I highly doubt it could be done at a tournament round if it's never been done at a run.
I don't even know if it would be faster, honestly.
I believe it would require sacrifices of the previous line.
Yeah.
Looks like he's mostly stopped taking this seriously. May be ready to get swept here. John is already off to a strong start with a 0.4.
Yeah, probably a 0.3 touch going on.
More than possible. Some of these long skipless maps tend to have the longest end lag. With exceptions like Taiga and Coast having long.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Is it like the amount of parts in a map determine how long the end lag is?
I'm not sure about that. Island does not have a lot of parts, but whenever I play it, I can get first frames to round up on good. it's hard to predict sometimes what makes it. Oh, and speaking of the round, looks like they're both playing decently well. NHL's hoping to finish the run. Could be a 47, not sure how good. As for John, it's looking like a .3 or .4 again. .5.
Not a bad run. Not a bad run from NHL. Does improve from his .9 previously.
NHL's starting to get 47s. John's just a little bit faster, getting closer
This
to
is
the
round
record
3,
between their
correct?
lines. We are entering round 3. The 47-9 was practice. Looks like I improved off that.
I thought that was round 1. You got that.
No, that was practice 1. This is round 3. And he's a little bit closer than the last rounds, but he does struggle with some of these later parts.
Yeah, it just takes a couple lines slightly inaccurately.
Just a .6 from NHL. But as for the pace John's on, it's looking like a fast one. Oh,
Not bad. Not bad from both. I mean,
NHL improves, but John improves too and pulls further ahead of a point. Possibly a .2. I'm not sure on that. Probably a .3. John already with a 37,400 average. NHL would have to do a lot to keep up with this Thailand line. We'll see if NHL can pull on another good run like that, though. Oh, John is
with
out
mistake.
for the round. It's
He does
NHL's
already have
chance
a.
to-
He does have an average locked in, so I'm sure he's not too worried about it.
It is, and it's a free chance for NHL to try and get another good run. Maybe try and keep up, but John's already pulling. Oh, they both fall.
NHL taking a bit of practice. Oh,
But he only had 3 lives, it seems.
last round here of the match. As it comes to a close, I think, I think NHL probably could have done a little bit better, but again, I mean, you're playing against the best player in the world, or one of the best players in the world, so a tall
Could be a lot
task
of
for anybody.
Nerve, lack of practice. He only started practicing like 10 minutes before the round, unlike John, who started practicing an hour in advance.
Yeah, could be a technical foul or something along
And
those
plus,
lines.
plus being the world champion versus a good mobile player is a bit of a big difference. You can really just see him struggle to keep up with John's world record kind of lines.
Yeah.
Closing out the match here, and it looks like John's on another good run. Could be a .3 again, and it is.
Another .3 from John. Could have been a .2 touch, but anyway, that will be the match between these two competitors. Looks to be a 5-0 sweep in the John corner. So
A very solid performance for John. Not what we expected from NXL, but it was impressive seeing him learn realm skip on the fly and almost surpassing skip was with it.
yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by and watching the match. We have more coming very soon, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.